Jesus kalosirthate. Here we go with part 3 of sexual misconduct. To be better than who I am, you don't do these things. Yeah? Okay. Experience it if you want, but I'd rather have not. But maybe it's okay if I did. Light up a fag because we're punk drunk in 1977. What are you talking about, bruv? Hold on a second. What you mean? This is punk drunk 1977. Get with it. Okay. I gotta do some drums after this. But there's people outside doing some work, and I don't wanna scream the lyrics. You bitch, you bitch, FYB, you bitch, when they're here. Because I'm gonna have to scream it. Okay. I'm freaking stupid right now. I have another fog. Because this is toxic talk. Toxic talk. Don't scream so loud into the mic. You're gonna peak it and you're gonna ear rape the lads out there. Now listen. This is part 3. This is the confusing one. This was a confusing one. But I just see this as some karmic dharma. This is where I understand the fear God thing, but at the same time it's like, why fear God? Why would you fear God if you have nothing to fear? And that's that. But this one we'll go to Velvel. Now let's try to verbosity, whatever. We'll try to get this. I don't even care. I don't need to say this as fast as I can. Let's just say this. With however many words and however long this takes. The other ones take long. I like saying long stories. Anyway, I just like to lay down, put earphones in, and listen in bed when I'm listening to some other story times. And sometimes I'm like, oh, I was only 14 minutes. Oh, I was only 9 minutes. Oh, I was only 20 minutes. Anyway, so Velvel. Yep. Velvel. Now this is a weird one because I literally still don't know if anything was wrong with this one, but with the paranoia and everything, I think there is, so I feel like I had to clear everything up with people. But so rewind. High school. The friend group is, we'll call this guy Bart. We'll call this other guy, well, we know Billy Bats and Gusty Baby, and we know Del Sorte, and we know Velvel and the packaging, whatever. So these guys, these are the friend group. And I remember at one point I was always making music in high school, and I had this guy named MC Schlong. I would play characters. It wasn't like my, like, quote unquote, it wasn't my music, but like I made the music, but it wasn't me making it. I was just their manager. But there was a character, MC Schlong. He's not a character though, he's a real person. MC Schlong, and he just rapped the most horrendous stuff. And then when Odd Future started coming out, I started rapping even more horrendous stuff. With the Dot Boy. I remember the Dot Boy was a drummer, and the Dot Boy would do beatboxing on our walk home. We would walk home from school, and he would beatbox in his old school cell phone, and I would just freestyle over it like, I kill your grandma, I kill your sister, I kill your mother, your father, I kill your brother, yo, black niggas, purple niggas, green niggas, yellow niggas, white niggas, blue niggas, green, red niggas, orange niggas, like so stupid, bro. So dumb. And then Odd Future came out, and then I remember I just started saying the dumbest stuff and making beats for it. And then there was this other character called Pierre Francisco. Not Francisco, Francisco. And he made the gay club beats. And we would make the gay club beats and be like, sticks. And wait, what was the song? Gay sex. Earn it, gay sex. Get gay sex. Wow. Gay sex. Like hairy balls and shit. Or this other MC Schlong song. Sperm in vagina. Sperm from a dick. Holy fucking shit, that baby looks like a bitch. Bit like a bit. Anyway. Or what was the other one? Holy. I'ma rock the block with a sock. I'ma cock and fuck a priest in the ass with a dick in it. I don't even remember. Anyway, something so stupid. And then there was this other person, Ragtime Tim, and he was from the 1910s, and he would just do ragtime. And he'd be like, I do drugs. I get high on the legal cocaine that they sell, and I OD and die, and I do morphine and meth, and I play my piano. Anyway, don't worry about that. That's for anyone. I'll take that out. Anyway, so we're all chilling in high school, and I remember at one point there was this drama, like, because I was always making music. I wasn't even involved. I guess I was involved in a sense, but so not looking at it, because I was just focused on making music and art. I didn't know what the heck was going on with people and their sex lives and their relationships and their stupid stuff they were doing, because I was like this just celibate kid making music. Like, I just didn't care what was happening. So I remember at one point this drama started, and I was just like hearing through the grapevine like, oh, Gusty Baby had sex with Vel, and I'm like, lol, okay. And then like a week later, everyone's like, oh, it was a lie. Gusty Baby was lying. And I was like, okay. And then like, I don't know, 2 months later, it was like, oh, Del Sorte had sex with Val. And I was like, okay. Why does everyone want to have sex? And then like a week later, it was like, oh, Del Sorte was lying. I was like, okay, why does everyone want to pretend they're having sex with Val? And then after that, the friend group kind of started dissipating. And for a bunch of years until like after college. And I remember Vel, I met, and then like Gusty Baby and I started going to the same college because Vel and Del Sorte were in a grade below us. And then Gusty Baby and I went to the same college. We had a good time. We met the man, son of Jay. Son of Jay showed us Prince Jammy. What? I'm jamming, jamming for survival. Wow, 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 wow. Reggae dub. Craziest stuff I ever heard, ever. And it was from the 70s, and I'm in the 70s now, so when I'm in 1979, I had to add a reggae dub part. So Son of Jay is a legend for showing us. There's actually this funny story with Son of Jay, a quick one. Gusty Baby was saying he called Son of Jay one time, and like Son of Jay was like, did a lot of shrooms and stuff. He was a psychonaut, not a psycho. He was an enlightened being. And I remember Gusty Baby's like, I called Son of Jay one day, and I'm like, yo, what's up? You want to chill? And he's like, oh no, Gusty Baby's like, yo, what's up? And Son of Jay's like, oh, nothing, man. I'm just chilling on Mars. And it just hung up. And we were laughing at that. Anyway, Son of Jay, legend. So, then there was Jax, the metal rocker. I remember one day, Gusty Baby and I went to his apartment, and we took shrooms and started playing Borderlands. I think maybe Borderlands 2. And we're just running around the wasteland, and I'm just shooting whoever, super high. And being like, I don't want to shoot people. Like, I don't want to shoot at people. I want to just be peaceful. And then we went into a town or something. One of the towns in Borderlands. We started running around the town, and then I wanted to leave the town and go back into the big desert wasteland, and we just could not find our way out of this town, and I was getting so frustrated. Like, I just could not find the exit out of the town. I can't explain how frustrating it was. It's like, I'm sick of seeing windows and doors and buildings and corridors and pathways. I want to just go to the open. How do I leave this town? I'm so high and discombobulated. Discombobulated. That's a word from Anko. And I couldn't leave. And then I remember we're just like so focused on the game, and we just hear like music going metal, just metal music going crazy with drums and the whole shebang and the bass. Like, with the double bass and the craziness. And we're just like, oh shit, Jax is playing some metal for us. And then like after about 3 minutes, we turn to our left, and it's just Jax playing a guitar. It's just him playing one guitar. We had shroom pizza, that's why we were high. Jax was like, you want a shroom pizza? And Gusty Baby and I are like, holy moly. We're like, Jax, we thought that was a song. We thought that was a full song with like every instrument. And we thought that was a band, but it was just Jax playing just by himself with a guitar. Shrooms are crazy. No, I never found my way out of the town. We just turned the game off because it was just way too frustrating to play games. Anyway, I remember this one day. It was orientation. So Velvel and one of the packaging and co-sisters came to have their orientation because they were going to come to college. I'm not going to say what college, but we all met at the Lynx Lounge. Maybe that gives it away. Probably does. I don't even care. And we all chilled because we would. I remember wasting $600 at that Lynx Lounge. We would get drunk all. Gusty Baby and I skipped school all the time in college. I never skipped school once ever in high school. So every single thing, every piece of energy that I just wanted to skip school of transferred into college, which meant pretty much after the first semester, First half of second semester, I was just like, bro, I'm skipping. And Gusty Baby would come too, and we get like the Rockstar vodkas. I don't know if they sell those anymore, but they were like energy drink with vodka, and we just skip and drink those to death and like find wasps and like get wasps drunk and stuff on like picnic tables. They would land on the picnic tables, and we just like pour Rockstar vodkas on them, and they'd be like, I'm so drunk, I'm a drunk wasp. And I'm like, yeah, you're a drunk wasp with the yellow can and you're yellow too. So cool watching those drunk wasps try to be cool. And they were cool. They were with us. It was like when Cuzzo and I would be beating up the Suns, those wasps that we called the Suns because we thought we were Crips. It was like, giving back to them, like, nah, you're our boys now, don't worry, we get you drunk. But also we would skip class and go to the Lynx Lounge, which was a on-campus bar, and we would just get massacred and like stack bottles. And there was the Gerger. Oh, Gerger's a legend, but I act like tired in front of it. Gerger he used to dress like Cypress Hill. I took media foundations because I wanted to direct, and I was writing scripts, and I met the coolest people, the coolest crew, because we got a crew together, and like we were going to film some stuff. Each of us had our scripts that we were like, we're going to film this guy's stuff, we're going to film this guy's stuff. And I had a script. Probably still gonna try to do something with it, or maybe sell it, but it was when the Last of Us was out, and I made a script called The Rise of Them, and it was just I don't know, I'm not gonna explain it, but anyway, so Gerger was in that class too, and he would come in high as heck. He'd smoke weed. He was weed smoker, smoking the blunts, talking about the blunts, talking about the strains. I don't know if he was talking about the strains. He was just talking about the blunts. And I remember he had the pigtails, the pigtail braids. He looked like Cypress Hill. He knew about it. He showed me this sick song. What's this song? I had these headphones that I'm using right now, and I brought them to school because we had to like do a project for producing sound. He was showing these sick songs, and he's like, let me try these headphones with them. He looked like he loved Cypress Hill, and he reminded me of someone from Cypress Hill. But then years later, after college, I remember texting him again, like, yo, let's chill. Yeah, let's go to Toronto, have drinks. He had his braids were gone. He just slicked back his hair. He was just wearing a fancy pea coat, like he just became a businessman. Cool ass man. I love Gerger. Gerger loves us all too. He's in our hearts, and we're in his. And I remember we went to the Eden Center. And I was on my wildness boy stuff. I remember just pulling out a bunch of weed and Jacks. We're like, let's go have a drink at Jacks. And I just pulled out a bunch of Kush, and I just started grinding it up. This is like 6 years ago. And I just started rolling a joint in Jack Astor's at Eden Center. And he's like, yo, what the hell? Yo, what the heck? Yo. And I'm like, bro, I'm just like, bro, aren't you down with this? I thought you were like down about weed, but like, I don't know, maybe he wasn't. And then I just remember something like one of the hosts came up and like, you guys have to leave now. And we're like, okay, whatever. We left. So I just remember I already had the joint rolled by the time the guy came and told us to leave. So we leave. And we're walking out Eden Center because like, what else are we going to do? Go to another bar. There's like no other really bars in there. And I just light the joint up on the escalator, and I'm just smoking on the escalator, and then there's people on the escalator laughing like, what the hell is this? And Gerger's like, I don't smoke. Oh, because like Gerger didn't smoke weed anymore. at this point. So we smoked a bit before going to Jack's. And he's like, yo, I get paranoid now. Like, I get paranoid. Like, I don't really like weed anymore. So he was like really paranoid. And when I just sparked the joint in Eden Center on the escalator, he's like, yo, what the hell? Yo, chill. He's like walking away from me and shit. And I was being an asshole. I was like, yo, let's go. Let's walk up the escalator. And then I remember these two other guys walking like, oh, you're gonna follow your boss? Like making fun of us. And then I was like, wow. Yeah, I'm being an asshole right now. And then a security guard walked out, and because like he saw us doing it, and he walked out, I was like smiling like, yo, you guys are stupid. Like I'm supposed to, like they told me to come. Okay, whatever, you guys are leaving. And we just left. He's like, bro, I don't want to chill anymore. I'm like, yeah, I'm a fucking freak. Anyway, where were we? Lynx Lounge. Spent like $600 at Lynx Lounge. So many good times at Lynx Lounge. So many awesome people met. So many offbeat Lynx Lounge hangout sessions at other people's houses. Epic times. So I felt stupid because like $600 was all I had in the bank at that point. So I spent I'd be like, yo, I spent the whole bank account here at Lynx Lounge getting drunk. We would stack bottles with Gerger. That's what I was trying to say. Gerger. We were all there and we started stacking beer bottles on top of each other, like as high as we could go. And then like the bartender came up like, yo, stop. Because it was getting pretty high and beer bottles are not something to be stacked. Like, I don't even know how we stacked beer bottles that high. Like, cans, okay, but beer bottles with their skinny necks. Anyway, so there's one point, yeah, the orientation. Velvo's like, yeah, I'm here. Packaging sisters, yeah, I'm here, okay. Gusty baby is here, okay, let's go meet at Lynx Lounge. I meet with Velvel and packaging sister at Lynx. We sit at our table, this booth we always sit at. They finish their orientation, so we just sit, wait for Gusty baby to finish his class. I'm like, I'm not going to class. I don't even know, maybe I went to class, I don't remember. And then Velvel's like, yo, do you guys ever notice how Gusty baby walks? It's like, no, like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. And we're like, lol. And then he 30 seconds later, he walks into the bar doing the Shaggy walk, and we just start laughing because it was like real life. Anyway, he comes up and we're just like, lol, again, you're walking like Shaggy. Anyway, we're chilling. And there's this other guy, let's call him Sex Boy. This boy always talked about the sex he had. I took this boy as the sex man. This boy had sex. This guy had sex. The guy who was in my class, I met the coolest dudes in my class. I remember we'll call him Mon. Jaman. He wanted to borrow my headphones. I'm like, yo, you gotta listen to this shit. You gotta listen to reggae. You gotta listen to Prince Jammy, Jammin' for Survival. I showed him it. He's like, okay, give me the headphones. Anyway, sex man. He's like, oh, you know Velvel? You know Velvel? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, cool. I guess you knew her too. Anyway, so we chill, whatever. And then I'm like, okay, let's drive home. Everyone gets in the car. I start driving everyone home. And this was winter, so you have to park in the parking lot of the college. You have to go through the gate, get a ticket, pay $7, whatever, park. I didn't have $7. And I'm like, I'm gonna risk it. I knew about the grocery store or whatever, or the plaza next door. Can't park there, but I'm like, I'm just gonna do it. They're not gonna find me for like 2 hours. That'd be chill. Anyway, go back to my car. There's a ticket. Fast forward quick. I'm still with Polenners at this point, so we go to this guy's house who we would always chill at with Polenners, and he's a traffic cop. And we chilled with him, and he's like, I showed him the ticket. He's like, it was like $350 ticket for parking in the spot. And he's like, looked at it closely. He's like, yo, this is bullshit. This is fake. Just throw this out. I'm like, okay. I threw it out. Anyway, go back. We get in the car. I see the ticket. I'm like, I got a ticket. So retarded. I put it in my car. Back out. Start driving home. And when we're on the highway, we're listening to some. I named this hour and a half long playlist called Oddcore Dubstep. It was just vinyl dubstep. It was so cool. Vinyl dubstep. So cool. Such a cool playlist. And I remember we were on the highway, all four of us, and the car just starts jumping. It's like making this weird sound, like, and I'm ignoring it, like we're just like, what the hell? But I'm just like, okay, whatever. Just got home. We drop everyone off, and then Gusty Baby are the last ones. Like, we get to his house, we park, and I noticed the back tire's flat. So Gusty Baby's dad's like, let's get this fixed. He looks like you got screwed. He pulls out a screw from the tire. Someone, I guess, the person who put the ticket put a screw under the tire. Like, honestly, okay, whatever. I got my tire flattened because I parked in the wrong spot. Cool. I won't park in the wrong spot again. Fixes the tire, whatever. I go home. Anyway, that's just a stupid sub-story. Let me take a break for a sec. Because I don't know where I gotta go from now. So, anyway, open up another lager. We're getting punk drunk. We're smoking a little bit of a fag. Okay, so I didn't get into the drama in high school. While I was making music, not paying attention. I remember let's open this window. Oh shit. Oh shit, buddy. Oh no. The world is treating me bad, misery. No, the world's not treating me bad. The world's treating me beautiful. Beautiful. Completely beautiful when you get your beauty right. The world's beauty is right. Whatever right is. Anyway, so the drama in high school. Back from that sub story, there was oh yeah, I told you. It's sex with sex with Val. Oh no, you didn't. It's sex with Val. Oh no, you didn't. Okay. And the friend group like died. So I remember a point we were all at the mall, the big mall, that big mall where I worked at Jack Astor's in high school. And I remember it was Del Sorte, Gusty Baby, Vel, and like the Packaging Sisters. And I remember they just said, hey, I think she likes you, man. And I was like, what? I don't know, whatever. And I I just didn't pay attention. Like, I don't know. I literally didn't know what they were talking about. I still don't. So we were just chilling, laughing. And then some years later, after college, after after elsewhere, I get like. Vel like this picture, like that picture, and like that picture. I'm like, okay. I'm like, oh, Vel, like, holy, like, I haven't heard from you in a million years. Or like I had, actually, when we were all hanging out with, like, and stuff, and Ebony and all of them. But this was, like, a long time after that. And, I just messaged and said, like them all. And then she just liked them all. I was like, what up? Nothing much, blah, blah. How are you? And I thought she was like coming back to be like, let's chill with I want to like come back with the friend group and stuff. Like, I thought that's what was going on since that drama in high school. And like, that was like years ago, so I don't even know. But that's what I thought. I thought she was like, I want to like rekindle everything. I was like, let's hang out. Okay. So go hang out, go drink in Toronto, blah, blah, blah. And then Vel starts being all seductive. I remember at one point when we were eating pizza at some place, she just, after drinking, we went to some other pizza place, and then she like leaned really close and put her face up in my face, and I was like, and then leaned back, and I was like, what the heck? I was like, what the heck is going on? And I just kind of didn't think of it. I was like, I don't know, she's just being a girl. I don't know. Is this what like friends do? And then I started getting the gist that she was like being seductive, I guess. Anyway, I invited her over. She came over. We hung out in the basement. La la la, playing Ninja or N++. What a legendary game. We're playing 2 players N++, just trying to pass these dumb levels on co-op. These legendarily hard levels. And it's like you could pass them easily if you want, but if you want to get all the gold coins, it was a next level challenge. So I remember just like if you died, there was points in the co-op where if one person died, it was over. Like you had to restart because one person would have to like press a button so the other one could like get across something. But if you died, like you couldn't do it. So the other player was free to do whatever they wanted until they figured out they couldn't get past. So the person who dies always has the option to press A and kill the other person. So I died and I just like would press A like out of habit, because like if you're playing single player, A means, and you die, single player, A means like restart. So it's like you die, A, restart. You die, A, restart. So it's like out of habit. So like I die, A, kill the other person, restart. And she's like, you asshole. I'm like, dude, we gotta, because like you can't pass the mission if I'm dead. So we're like drinking, playing, and then I remember thinking like, oh, like Del Sote and Gusty Baby said like she might like me back in high school. Maybe that's true. I'll find out. So I was like asked for a kiss, and then she rejected and she said bye. I was like, oh, it's not like that. Okay. She goes home, whatever. I don't know. Next day somehow she texts and it's like, okay, come over again. We'll hang out. Still not thinking anything. Still naive. And I remember this one point when we were all hanging out with Ebony and stuff. And Velva was there. I remember driving everyone home. And I let everyone off. And the last people in the back seat were Velvel and Ebony. And Ebony's like, oh, just drop me off at Velvel's. I'm going to take a cab from there. And I'm like, okay. Thinking nothing of it. So I dropped them off. And I thought like they were going to have like a smoke on the porch or something. And like Ebony was going to take a cab home. Anyway. Fast forward. So we're at the house, at my house, playing whatever, watching whatever, I don't know, drinking. And then I put my arm around Velvel. And like I just like casually put my arm around her. And my hand goes over her chest. And so strangely just like the weirdest thing just slips right into her bra. Like I just put my arm around her, and like when my hand just dropped on her chest, it slipped right under her bra. Like how can I explain it? Like like an accident. And I was like, oh, I like felt her nipple and a nipple piercing. And I was like, whoa. And then she just went, and I was like, oh, okay, we're here now. That was okay. I did not expect that whatsoever. I'm touching your, like, my hand's in your bra, touching your nipple and feeling your nipple piercing. Okay. And then we just turn to each other and start making out. And then she just unbuckles the pants and begins giving neck, and she gon' keep giving neck to me. And I was like, wow, this is the greatest blowjob ever. And then I took her to the bedroom, which was right in the next room, and we played. And I remember thinking like, wow, they were right. Like she actually did like me. Okay. Or like, I don't know, maybe, I don't know what she was thinking, but I was like, wow, she actually does like me. I guess they were right. Like, I guess they called it. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what I never knew what Johnny Monty and Fortnite saw when they said, oh, Irma wants you. I never knew what Del Sorte and Gusty Babies saw when they said, oh, I think Velva likes you. I never got what they saw. Anyway, we played. And the next morning, it was like we were just sitting on the bed, chatting away. And Velvel says, oh, I know you heard, like in high school, that I had sex with Gusty Baby and Del Sorte. And I was like, oh, I just heard that was like a lie. Yeah, I just heard that was a lie. Like, I wasn't even thinking about that. She's like, yeah, it was a lie. And I was like, okay, cool, whatever. She's like, I'm sure you thought it was like a hole in one because I had sex with them. And I was like, nah, I literally the whole time since high school was like, oh, it was a lie. Anyway, so we started seeing each other, happy. I'm like, oh, cool. Like, this is probably maybe this will be like wife or girlfriend, or like, you know, like finally I'm out of the stupidity and like I have like a clear relationship. But rewind to the first night when I was rejected, when I asked her to kiss and then I got rejected. The day after that, I ended up somehow going to hang out with Erm. But at this point, Erm and I stopped playing because we were just like, we're guilty. We're not going to do that anymore. That's like, but like, I guess we still have like a bond, but let's hang out. Like, I seriously want to clear this stuff. We can just hang out and do other things. And I remember Erm saying, oh, I said, Erm, I might date Maria soon. And she's like, oh, really? He's like, did you know that her and Ebony had sex? I was like, what? She's like, yeah, they met on a bus, apparently. And then he went over to her house and had sex. And I was like, oh, okay. And then go to the next night. And then that's when Valvel and I played. Oh, rewind. Emily, or Irma was like, yeah, but don't tell Del Sorte. And I was like, what? Why? And Irma just gives me a look like _hyphen. And I was like, really still didn't understand, but oh, okay. Like, I thought so many things, like, because Gusty Baby used to say in high school, I feel like a dad fag to Velvel because she used to take a lot of drugs, a lot of Molly in high school. And he's like, I feel like a dad fag because I'm trying to protect her from it. So fast forward all these years after college, and I was like thinking so many things why I don't tell Del Sorte that they had Ebony and her had sex, because I thought he thinks Ebony's a bad influence, or don't mess with the friend group, I thought maybe they have a thing, or I thought maybe Del Sorte's like, no, that's for Devin because we know she likes him, so no. I don't know, I thought all these things. And I just decided not to ask. I was like, the look was enough. I was like, okay, I'm not going to go deeper because, like, Velvel and I are about to date. And I don't want to hear anything. That was pure selfish ignorance. I should have just asked deeper. Because if I did ask deeper and I heard why, don't tell him the reason, I would have not continued. And it would have been, I would have just completely turned focus to Stella. But I decided not to ask. So Velvel and I start dating. We get an apartment together. Have fun. Fallout 3. Play a lot of Fallout 3. Play a lot of whatever. Have fun. And it's chill. And 2 months later, we're driving to the movies to go see something. Who knows what? And Velvel goes, oh, Del Sorte and I almost dated. And I just freaked out. Like, holy, what? What? Excuse me? And I was like, yo, we are done. I fucked up. We fucked up. We're done. Like, we can't. This is messed up. Like, I'm trying to have like a pure relationship with no strings and no stupidity around. And like, I didn't think it was that option. I didn't think it was that, and it is. So I'm really pissed off. So we're done. And she was devastated. And I just would constantly kick her out of the apartment. And I asked Irma, I went back to her and I said, hey, what the heck did you mean? Don't tell Del Sorte. What did you mean by that? And she's like, I don't know. And I was like, no, what did you mean by that? He's like, I don't know. I think he liked her or something. And I was like, okay. Dude. Okay, Velvel, we're done. We're done. This is, no. Go to him. Why would you do this? You have to tell me this. Yeah, I'm stupid for not asking, but like, I can't even like I I involuntarily house wrecked. That's what I thought. Del Sorte eventually, well, then Velvel, I wasn't really talking to anyone. And like the only person she knew I talked to was Del Sorte. So she was like, I can't, Devin's, trying to break up with me. I don't know what's going on. Blah, blah, blah. And he's like, make it right. He told me to make it right. I was like, dude, I'm done with her. I can't. And he eventually said like he doesn't care. But I don't know. I still don't know. I still don't know if there was a thing. I never saw any evidence. If I knew, I would have never even agreed to hang out with her. I would have just been like, oh, go see how he's doing. Go see how Del Soldier is doing. So after that 2 months, we basically just stayed roommates for like the next 7 months until I just started getting super paranoid that she was seeing other people and this guy from her work. And I was just like, dude, like I can't. I'm trying because I always feel like I have a responsibility to commit after having sex with someone. Like, sex is weird, dude. Sex is psychedelic. But I was like, no, like I can't. I just can't. But I can. But like, come on. But I can't. But like, we have to stay together. And then eventually she's like, I'm done. Because I would keep saying like, you're sleeping with this guy. You're sleeping with this guy. I'm done. She goes, I'm done. And that was it. She wasn't joking. She was done. And she would tell me to die. She would tell me to go die every time I tried to talk to her. And I just, the guilt goes so much. And I just recently was like, yo, Del Sorte, this is the truth. And basically told him this story. And I feel cleared now because I cleared all the guilt from all those 3 stupid affairs. And I just want to be with Stella. Stella's clear. Stella and I have so much to do. We're going to teach the world to sing. We're going to teach ourselves everything. The chi is mega. We have lots to learn. Who knows if we have lots to learn? Maybe there's just one little thing we got to learn. Though, anyway, after Velvel, I stayed in that apartment for a little bit. This was Anco. This was when I was still working at Anco. Left Anco, started working at a doggy place. And I was still like roommates, quote unquote, with Velvel. Velvel's like, oh, I thought it was gonna be a one night stand and stuff. Like, we don't work. I was never sure. I'm like, yeah, like I don't know. Like, honestly, like I wish we could be together, but at the same time, no. And it was like I was lying. I was lying to everything. I was lying to the universe. Running from Stella. God kept saying, go to Stella. Just go to Stella. I wish none of these things ever happened. Honestly, wish none of these things ever. I wish just none of that stupidity happened. I wish I just forgave Stella back when we were 17 in Value Mart, when that stupid situation happened, when we were about to be together, and then Stella pulled some stupidity. I just wish we were just together from then. But at the same time, I don't know if we would have lasted until now. Because maybe we had to go on our separate ways and learn a lot. Because when we were 17, Stella said, I'm going to marry you. And I said, no, you're not. And she went to Calgary, and I stayed in Mississauga. I stayed in GTA 6. 10, 11 years later, I married Stella. Stella knows. So, anyway. Del Sorte said that it doesn't matter. I did nothing wrong. But I don't know. I still don't know if they had a thing or what. And if I got in between it. But I feel stupid. I wish that never happened. I should have asked more questions. But I decided I know what the heck her dumb Erm's look meant. It just meant it's for me. That's selfish. So everyone, make sure you get as much knowledge as you can before making a decision. Like, as much knowledge as you can before making a decision. You just gotta be patient. Anyway, after Velvel left, Anko paid so much money. I made so much money from Anko. Although the doggy place, Winston and Friends, take your puppies to Winston and Friends. If anyone is there, take your puppies to Winston and Friends. They'll take care of your dogs. They got a lot of doggy friends to play with. Doggy daycare. Everyone's going to play. Puppos everywhere. Puppo play. Running and jumping and rolling and barking. Doing cool stuff. Non-stop. And after Velvel left, I left the apartment. I went back home to the parents. Went back to the parents' home because the apartment was home too. Everywhere was home. The universe is home. If you're homeless, dude, you got the biggest home. You got Earth. If you're dead, you got the universe. Even if you're alive, you got the universe. Even if you have shelter over your head, you got the universe. Anyway, after Velvel, 9 months later, I was like, yo, Elsewhere, I'm horny. Elsewhere and I went to a hotel, played the worst sex ever. And then that was when I'm like, you know what? I'm not having sex with anyone ever again until I know who I'm going to be with for life. Who is the truest? Oi, who's the truest? Megaphone on the earth. Who is the truest for Devon? Stand in line with the real truest. Please stand up and mush up. And 6 years later, in a fight with my own mind and heart, like, I gotta get Velvel back. I gotta get her back. And then Stella, without saying any words, just a beacon of light in the mind, like, Devon, go to Stella. Devon, go to Stella. Without saying that, kept fighting it. No, it's not Stella. I don't like how she treated me back then. It's gonna be Maria. I'm gonna get her back. And then she got a new boyfriend. I'm like, I'm still gonna get her back. And then I started thinking, like, no, I shouldn't try to, like, get her back. I should just pray for her. Not even pray, but, like, just let her relationship be. She's probably gonna be with this guy. And then 6 years later, all that sperm was heave-ho in me. Heave-hoing, pushing me at the growth of a fingernail. The speed of the growth of a fingernail. 1/3 of the sperm cells went to my brain and they're like, guide him to Stella. And then 1/3 of the sperm cells went to my heart and they were like, guide him to Stella. And then another third went to my pee-pee and my legs. They're like, guide him to Stella. And they're like, what are you doing up there, brain guys? And they're like, we're making him text Stella. We're making him talk to her. Good. What are you doing in the heart, brain, sperm guys? And they're like, we're guiding him. We're making him love Stella. We're making them love each other. Good. What are you doing in the pee-pee and the legs, guys? They're like, we want Stella's pee-pee. Like, okay, good. Heave ho. heave ho, and they're pushing me like a tiny little bit every moment of life. Like the soldiers in the Trojan horse. I'm the Trojan horse, and the little sperm cells are all the soldiers, and eventually they, boom, those sperm cells just broke through and got me on a plane, got me to Calgary, and then I came all over Stella's face. And those sperm cells said, "We did it, boys. We did it." Trojan horse, operation, laser focused sperm to Stella's face. And all that trying to manifest her not to be with me. Those sperm cells said, "Yo, we're predator missiling, laser precision, state of the art, iron focus, direct heat seeking missile sperming on Stella's face." And they said, "Hey, next mission, boys, give her a baby. We're going to eject inside." And then I still started being paranoid after because of certain things. But I won't get into that. Maybe another story where Stella's going to be there. We'll probably both tell the story together. But in Calgary, we just not even like just a soft, direct, like not like I was going to see my cousin. Yeah, my sister cousin. Yep, it was like that. What do you think? This is sweet home Calgary, baby. And so I started being paranoid again because of the guilt, thinking this happened to me, or I did this, so this is going to happen to me. But Stella's magic. Stella's a goddess. We understand. We are both God, Godus, the androgynous form of God and goddess, Godus. This was from an app. There used to be an app, this little game, this little like create your city game, create a world game. And it was called Godus, goddess. And I thought that was so cool, like an androgynous form of goddess, of God. And Stella and I are that. And no matter what karma we have, we're going to stick together and get through it together. We're not going to mess with each other. And this is what I'm saying. If you're having sex in an environment of cheating people, you're going to stay in there, and then you're going to become a red pill person, like making YouTube videos like, all men cheat. It doesn't matter what you do. Or all women are single. It doesn't matter what you do. Like, no, that's not reality. They think that's reality. That's just a certain reality. That's just a matrix point that blossoms a certain reality. There's another matrix point that blossoms a reality of people who wait till marriage, people who don't even have sex for their entire lives, people that stay monogamous. Like, you just gotta, during the stint, during the phase of celibacy, I went through every stage, because when I was doing the celibacy thing and I went to Ermerms and, slept there or stayed over and didn't do anything with her, I elevated into another state of another plane of people, of society, of social consciousness, where people don't cheat. And then I stayed celibate through there, and I reached another plane where people really are monogamous, like for real. And then I stayed celibate through that stage, and I reached another plane where I found literally I was like in collusion with girls and men who wait for marriage. And then I stayed celibate through that and found Stella. And Stella and I have our work to do, but we're not impatient. We stay patient and we work with each other. Not like people who think, oh, this guy did this or this girl did this. Like one tiny little off thing. So I'm going to go find someone else right now because I got to find a perfect person. Like, no, you just got to stay with this person and build with them and be a patient person, not an idiot. Because then you're just going to keep cycling. Like, I don't know. You guys will get it. Everyone gets it. There's a lot of people who get it. But Stella and I are finally together again. And it's beautiful. And I was still so paranoid. And we're like each other's disciples and each other's masters. I'm her favorite disciple. She's my favorite disciple. I'm her favorite master and she's my favorite master. And then we're right in the middle, like best friends. Like little puppies cuddling in the same bed forever. In the same house. Little duckos who mate for life and swim around in the same pool, floating in rivers, floating around like doo-doo-doo-doo, munching at stuff in the water. Just working on ourselves together. And nothing else can get between, like nothing can. We can reach pure liberation and not be distracted by lust. Except single-pointed lust. Don't deny lust. Like, yeah, everyone gets horny and everyone lusts. But if I'm lusting over this girl and that girl and that girl and this girl, I'm getting pulled this way and pulled that way and my neck's cracking this way and I'm turning my head this way. But if Stella and I are just single-pointed lust, that the distracted lust with a bunch of girls, that's toxic, unhealthy lust. That's distracted lust. But if Stella and I are single-pointed lust in our own private world, our own public world together, we could lust over each other. And that's like healthy lust. That arousal energy, channeling that as healthy, single-pointed to each other, yeah, that's healthy. Because we're not like denying urges, but we're not like distracted to a bunch of other people we're lusting over. Each other's single-pointedly, you know? And then there's love too, of course, but I'm just saying, like, you don't have to deny, like, being a fuckboy, or being a whore, or being a husband, or being a wife, or being a lover, or being a boyfriend and a girlfriend, or a mistress, or a master, or a mister. You could all do that with the one girl you have, or the one boy you have, as they could be the world to you. They could be every woman, every man and every woman together in the whole universe, and you could be that with each other. You could be each other's whore. You could be each other's fuckboy. You could be each other's mister and mistress and lover and husband and wife in the same thing. And that's health. When we were cavemen or monkeys with chaotic mindsets, you know, some of them are monogamous, but a lot of these monkey versions of us were like jumping around, different partners, having orgies. Yeah, okay, that's cool. But there's a lot of energy getting tangled up and pulled back and forth, and we've evolved from that. And you can be whatever you want, but there's a lot of energy in what you want to be. And you can shift your destiny with everything you do. If you're guided by exactly what you want and beyond what you want, just guided by the guide. What's the guide? There is no guide. And there is. Beyond the guide, beyond the source, beyond the reflection of oneself, before the reflection even showed you the reflection of yourself, before you gathered yourself, what that was, and be. So, Don't mess around with yourself. Don't mess around with others. Unless you want to. It's up to you. But be prepared to know your life. Bye-bye. Let's dance in style, let's dance for a while. Heaven can wait. We're watching the stars, looking for the best, but expecting the worst. Are we gonna drop the bomb on